What's black and blue and dead all over? This is a powder keg. And Riddler's to match.
So, take it easy, sweetheart.
I've been trying to reach you. Out of the dark!
Welcome everybody to the Top Bag Podcast, the show where we share our love for nerd culture for your entertainment. I'm one of your hosts, Matt Legaspi.
And I'm Vengeance. And I'm Michael Rivera.
And today, we're going to review the newest DC movie that just came out, The Batman.
The Batman.
Directed by Matt Reeves. It's a soft, or I guess it's a full-on reboot of the Batman franchise. And we're going to give our thoughts and opinions. So, before we get started, if you guys have been following us, thank you. And for newcomers, be sure to check out our old content on YouTube and on all streaming platforms. We really appreciate the support. We need the numbers, so yeah.
Yes, sir. So let's get started with the Batman. Batman just premiered March 4th. Super long-ass movie, an hour and 75 minutes. And we're big, huge Batman fans. Matt, way more than me. As you can see with all his props here, if you're watching us on YouTube, huge Batman fans growing up. If you've been following us, we also have done a Dark Knight trilogy, if you want to take a look back at that. So coming back to this new movie, we were super juiced for it. We had our opinions on like the casting of Robert Pattinson, and but I think overall this movie will like really hit home for
it surprised me.
Yeah, like sure. Comic graphic novel fans, and then just like pure Marvel movies, cinematic vibes too. So
yeah, like you said, when they first announced this movie was supposed to come out a while ago. Yeah, like because of the pandemic, obviously things have haven't panned out, but finally released after like a 2-year delay. I think it was supposed to come out in 2020, right?
Something like that. 21.
Yeah, but yeah, the casting obviously was It was weird when they announced Robert Pattinson as the Batman.
Say it out loud.
And I think for the most part, he did an admirable job as Batman. But as Bruce Wayne, I think he's the worst Bruce Wayne I've ever seen.
Wow. First hot take.
I think so.
I feel like there wasn't enough Bruce Wayne.
That's what I'm saying. It's not to Robert's fault because I think he's a great actor.
It's the direction.
It's the direction, which I'm going to get into why this movie didn't really hit all the marks for me, but you know, for what it did well. It's just I wish they could have done something more with it. But anyway, so what did you think about the overall like feel of the movie?
The energy?
Yeah.
All right. So going into this movie, I know we were riding the wave of like Marvel's No Way Home. Everyone was hyped about that. This one, finally DC's first entry of this year, other than Peacemaker. I went into the movie theater, and for the whole 3 hours, everybody was focused, man. Like I love the energy. There wasn't a lot of like slapstick humor or anything like that.
Barely.
There wasn't anything like that. So I enjoyed my audience like tuning into this Batman.
Yeah, I don't know how to. Yeah, I have to. It's funny you mentioned that because in our audience, you know, this movie is a fucking long ass movie.
Yeah.
So to not hear any reactions barely throughout the whole movie, I was like.
It's different.
It's different. I would have probably liked a little more reaction because, like, I don't know. I was actually getting sleepy through some of the parts of the movie, only because the movie's so fucking dark. Yeah, it's a dark ass theater. Yeah.
I watched it in IMAX. So.
Yeah, we watched IMAX. Maybe it was better. I watched it in XD. There's something about the direction that was annoying me, and I couldn't get past it. It's not the fact that it was shot very well.
Yeah.
You know, the sets are great. I think this
is the most gritty Gotham
this is
ever.
As far as Gotham, this is definitely the best Gotham in any movie. But it's the slow pacing and what Matt Reeves was doing with the speeches, with the dialogue. Like, why is everyone talking like this?
Yeah,
like
Jeffrey Wright too.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright, especially like Jim Gordon. Why are you talking like that? Yeah. It's like
it's that detective noir.
Yeah, but you didn't have to like play into it too much because it was getting distracting. It's like it felt like everyone was talking in that same tone. Yeah. Besides Zoe, obviously, but like when it comes to Batman and Jim Gordon and even some of the cops too. It's like, why are you guys talking like under your breath? And, you know,
Matt does an excellent Batman voice, by the way.
Yeah, but I liked all the characters. Honestly, it was like Colin Farrell really surprised me.
Yeah,
as Penguin.
Yeah, people still can't believe that's Colin Farrell.
Yeah, I think he actually was the best actor in this film for me.
Just the range he was going for.
Like I didn't even think it was him.
But with our main villain, the Riddler. I love the entry because I like growing up in San Francisco. We know about the Zodiac killer. So the movie starts off with his point of view. I thought we were gonna see another Bruce Wayne family die again, but it turns out it was the mayor, and his entry was like a horror movie entry. Like
he's like they did exactly what I wanted them to do with Riddler. It was like build him up like a Saw character, a maniacal like serial killer on the loose, but with riddles. You know, that's how it's supposed to be. Because the ones we grew up with.
Yeah, Jim Carrey. Yeah, I love Jim Carrey.
Yeah, it's nostalgic, but that's not Riddler. Yeah. But even this Riddler too, did you like him all the way?
I liked him until he got unmasked, and then it's Paul Dano. If you ever watched the movie The Girl Next Door, he's the dude with the huge dick. Yeah, he grew up. He grew. I can't believe that was him.
That was him.
So it was weird to see him because I've never seen his other films, but that's him. So I like when he had his mask on. I digged it. I enjoyed it. He gave me a lot of Joker vibes with the whole mass social media, like putting out there what you're doing and all that stuff. So I couldn't help myself sometimes making comparisons to The Dark Knight, like just the way Nolan's films were. Yeah. But the Riddler, I enjoyed it. Like the way they shot everything. I didn't even know the carpet tool would play a factor in the beginning. Like all the riddles and clues. Yeah. Like, I enjoyed that part of the film.
Were you actually trying to solve some of the riddles when they were?
Oh yeah. I got the orphan one right. It was like, what's rich and what's in the mansion? I was like, orphan. I said it out loud.
Not to get too far, but during that one scene where he was trying to save that DA from getting the bomb, when he was answering it so quick, I was like, God damn, let me answer. He's like, justice, bribe. I'm like, oh, I was still thinking.
How it should have ended is going to have a field day with this one. Yeah, I mean, like, I loved it. I love the riddles. I love the cards, too, that he came up with.
Yeah, the calling cards.
The calling cards, because you saw the owl, and I was telling you, I was like, man, I want this to be a Court of Owls story, like this whole trilogy. Yeah. The whole...
One thing I liked about the Jim Carrey one, I liked how Jim Carrey was using... magazine thing. I kind of wish I missed that a little bit.
That's the Zodiac killer kind of shit.
Yeah, but with this guy, he has terrible penmanship. Yeah, it's like Jesus Christ, he writes like a first grader.
Yeah, I know. He's a forensic accountant later on. But we finally get Batman in like a detective mode. He's not the world's greatest detective. He's in year 2. He obviously he could have solved it a lot faster. Yeah. But like he's still trying to get used to getting the hang of everything. But going back after that whole Riddler introduction, we see Batman's introduction into the Gotham world.
I thought his opening scene was fucking great.
It was sick.
It was great. But here again, I didn't need him to do slow walks every time he entered the room. Yeah. That's again, but the pacing with this film, they could have streamlined it, or they could have just done less with what they were doing. Because I feel like this could have easily been a 2.5 hour instead of a 3-hour movie if they just cut it down to the bare.
And that's what people were criticizing too. That it's a little bit too long. I like the way he entered because it was like if you compare it to the other entrances, it's much more like that. Yeah. All the other Batman.
He's coming from the top usually.
The top, or just flying in, or like hanging in the ceiling like Ben Affleck was. This one was like
always coming from the shadows. Yeah. Always walking. But just didn't need him to walk like
that slow.
That slow every time. But and you could hear him coming too.
Yeah. I digged it too because like against the clown gang, the Jokers, whatever, if you will. Yeah. And then the kid, he is Tim Drake in the Titans show, the actor.
Oh, really?
So like Robert Pattinson was talking about, like maybe we'll have a Robin eventually, like a really good one.
That's what I was thinking. I think the kid that he saved
might be Jason Todd, or
no, it might. Yeah, it might be a Robin iteration. Yeah, they're like panning to him a little too much. Yeah, that's like they're indicating something with this kid, and definitely. He's the proper age for a Robin. Yeah, he's supposed to be like 12 or.
They were saying 13. Maybe the mayor's son, but I was like, no, I'll just leave the mayor's son out of it because he was. That's
what
kid.
I said. That's what I meant.
The mayor's son.
The mayor's son, yeah.
I'm talking about the clown.
No. He's too old though. No, that's what I'm saying. I know,
but like
this kid, because they're panning him a lot. Yeah. And since he's an orphan now, just like Robin's supposed to be. Yeah. Caught in the way. Yeah. It just makes more sense.
And he was dressed as a ninja too.
Exactly. So I feel like down the line, I don't know if they do a trilogy, it might be the third movie or the next one. He's gonna be Robin at some point.
Yeah. Well, you gotta have a really fucking athletic ass kid to it because.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Because we grew up with the Robin, the fucking 25-year-old Robin. So it feels weird, but he's supposed to be that age, like 12, 13.
We'll see.
Boy wonder.
We'll see the theories come through, all the castings.
I'm actually surprised no one even mentioned that in all the stuff I was watching. It's like, how come they didn't mention the possibility of him being Robin?
Oh, no. They mentioned it in all the other ones,
they did?
Rock Stars and everything like that.
Okay, never mind.
But the Batman, like the Vengeance, that was the trailer. I felt like I was playing like Arkham because like he was actually like hitting folks. I would say he fights better than Christian Bale.
He fights better than everybody.
Yeah.
This is the Batman I want.
So like Pattinson did good as a Batman. Like I could legit feel his punches. And
brutal fast.
I felt like I was like combos. He was getting combos. He was using like the bats against you.
Much better than Bale's. I hated Bale's fighting style because it's like it's so slow.
Yeah, and it's like the elbow spinning elbow.
And you can see like when you watch the movie, the Nolan trilogy, it's like you can see the enemies getting ready to get hit.
Yeah.
This one, it felt like it was kinetic. It was like fast and the way it's supposed to be. So, so shout out to Matt Reeves for that because you know how to direct all the fight scenes and stuff because they're all great to me.
I mean, Planet of the Apes, so like you gotta have good choreography with that.
Yeah.
But then after Batman does his whole night thing and goes back to the Bat Cave, we see Alfred, who's like Andy Serkis. I couldn't help but think that's Gollum, and I couldn't help think this is Edward Cullen having a back and forth. So it's hard. It's like they played iconic characters. So like their exchange. There was little Alfred in this.
Yeah,
he wasn't the butler type. He was more of like bodyguard type.
A little bit. I found it interesting that he was the one that trained Bruce Wayne. It's like that. I've never heard of an iteration like that. Yeah, that to me anyway. So that was interesting.
I like they chose to have less Andy Serkis in it, so it was like okay.
I just thought they couldn't afford it.
That's true. Yeah, I mean they didn't have enough time to have more exchanges between them.
There's too many. Like I haven't even seen any interviews with Andy Serkis with this film.
That's true. He's probably promoting his Venom movie during that time because he directed that.
Yeah, there you go. He was probably not having the time.
Yeah. And their exchange, he was like, "You're not my dad. You're not my dad, Alfred. Can't tell me what to do with my life."
Very emo Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what annoyed me though? I wish he gave him a slick back haircut instead of this fucking long ass emo look. Because I felt like he was about to sing like My Chemical Romance type stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just like, especially with the black eye makeup, it just it looks too emo to me.
Very MTV vibes. But what I did like is because we saw a point of view of Riddler. We saw a point of view from Batman with the eye contacts. I thought that was really cool.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, okay, this is like a new step into the live action tech of Batman.
But she's supposed to have like
exactly.
The eye contact lens was really cool. I also like that they didn't make it like HD.
Yeah.
It was like from a potato camera,
Yeah. It was like he puts it on with Zoe Kravitz just like fixing her bra and titties. Like, oh shit.
Oh, okay, let's get to her then.
Oh, baby girl
Zoe. Zoe Kravitz, how I like to
call her. Okay. She's bad, man. She's fucking bad.
Besides the beauty, would you feel about her performance and everything?
I digged it. I enjoyed it a lot. Like her chemistry with Robert Pattinson. She obviously has a crush on him. She wants to fuck with the Batman
a little bit, yeah,
in real life. Sometimes I can't really, it's not believable to me with her stature of like whooping all these guys' ass, like her height.
Yeah.
That's not her fault, but it's just,
It's just the character. Catwoman in general is just hard to take seriously because like she you don't know about her training, so you don't buy the fact that she can fight like that.
In heels,
and she's so acrobatic without having any type of background. So it is kind of, it's a disbelief kind of thing. Yeah. You have to just suspend it.
When she dropped off from the building and Bruce is like looking in on voyeurism on her, and then she just lands perfect.
Bruce is like, man, I've been training. I can't even do that.
Yeah. See?
It's like, but whatever. We can get past that. Her fighting style is good. She's definitely the best Selina Kyle on screen.
Oh yeah,
in my opinion, like she completely obliterates Anne Hathaway and Michelle Pfeiffer as far as acting too. Her backstory, it was nice to see that she got the Falcone backstory, which was what in Not Long Halloween.
Comics,
it's in that.
When in Rome,
yeah. Again, though, the pacing of the film, there's so many characters. It was kind of hard to You forget that Riddler was the main villain for a while.
That was my huge critique in the second act.
Yeah, exactly. It felt like Falcone and then Penguin, they're sharing the role a little bit for bad guy.
And then the mentioning of Maroni all the time, and you don't even have the face of Maroni.
Right.
So the second act really lost me. So like the movie was like straight 10 all the way through until like the second act. And I was like, I whispered to my girlfriend, I was like, oh, damn, where the fuck is the Riddler?
Yeah.
He was giving riddles. I enjoyed all the riddles he was doing, like the
too.
rat maze and then like all the calling cards. But yeah, I lost him, and I didn't want too much Penguin focus here. I thought he was going to be only a little bit because he's going to have a show on HBO Max. He's going to have a show. GCPD will have a show. And then rumor has it Catwoman will have a show too.
Zoe,
specifically. Zoe Kravitz. So it's
she deserves her own movie at this point.
Yeah.
In
Bloodhaven, hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
That's where maybe Dick Grayson might be there because he's supposed to be the Batman of that city too.
Yeah. So it got a little confusing of what should I be focused on, and you have this election going on too with Bella Real, who I think is Talia al Ghul, like in the background and all that shit.
I actually like the politics in this film compared to the Nolan for some reason because it did feel a little more. It mirrored ours a little bit better.
Our world.
Yeah, especially with the whole corruption and
the renewation. What is it called? The renewal plan.
Renewal plan. Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, so it's a little eerie to see it. But I think what Matt Reeves did was at least he always made it a point that Gotham is the main character of this whole thing. This whole thing is around Gotham, not just Batman. Yeah. So that's why I think the other films didn't do well. So the fact that this feels like a legit shitty ass city and it has this problem, Oakland and New York at the same time. And the fact that Batman, he even said it too, like I can't be everywhere at the same time. I can only do so much. So it's like, and if you had better cops, you could probably do that, but it's so corrupt that you can't, you don't have control. So by the time we get to the end and the whole spiel about hope and everything, it was good. I think
that's what I like.
Yeah, it's the best Gotham you can possibly have.
Yeah,
he did it,
and he was literally on the ground, like a literally grounded character, going around the streets, even going into the club as himself, going into the club looking like emo as fuck. Like you actually felt like the grittiness and dirtiness of Gotham more than like the Nolan film.
Right.
Like, even the homeless in Nolan look a little clean.
Yeah, exactly. A little too clean.
The Iceberg Lounge, like they had their drugs happening, and like Bad Boys 2. Like it was a lot of I would not want to live there.
Yeah, exactly.
No one want to fucking live there. And then the renewal plan, like I was thinking the whole time, I was like, oh, Riddler's the son of Elliot. I was like making all these hush theories in my mind as the movie was going.
I'm surprised they used a different last name for him too.
Nashton, right?
Nashton, yeah, so that threw me off.
It might be like something else. That might not even be his real name. So what do you think about like the second act, like the whole Penguin car chase scene?
So the Batmobile really surprised me. Let me start off with that. Since you watched it in IMAX, I'm sure it was much.
It was loud.
It was loud and fucking intense. It was good for me too. I like the fact that everything Batman does is still very amateurish to him.
Yep.
Because when he started at Batmobile, I was like, oh shit, it's about to go, and then it just stopped.
He stalled.
I was like, oh shit.
I was like, wait, he stalled, bro.
I don't know if he stalled or the engine just like broke
cracked
out. Yeah. It's like because he hasn't used it yet. You always see him on his bat cycle, which I like too, which is pretty cool. Something
about him riding on a motorcycle is cool.
Yeah, because of the cape. It's better than Selina all the time. The car chase was really dope. Really good cinematography again. And then I actually didn't know how he was gonna get Penguin at one point because his driving sucked.
Yeah. He was hitting everything.
He was hitting everything. He didn't know. He didn't have any that Batmobile shit. Like he didn't have any harpoons or like spikes or anything. So he's just literally chasing.
There wasn't a motorcycle with it.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's really, really early Batman, which is really good because we don't see that. We haven't seen that yet. So
and the nitros. Yeah,
the nitros. That shit
Fast and the Furious.
That shit is cool though. The way it sounds,
dude. It gave me Fast and Furious vibes. The first one, and then like I saw it in the trailer when he was like, "Yeah, I got you, I got you." Colin Farrell did an awesome job driving. Like his reactions, and then when he like tumbled, and then you see Batman walking, I was like, this is pretty fucking badass. Cool. But the one that killed it for me was when he looked at him
upside down,
because then I went like this too. So that killed me.
And I know fucking Batman killed a couple people in that chase.
Oh yeah, for
like,
sure,
dude. Like you killed some people.
It was a fucking truck full of oil.
Yeah.
So like, there's got to be injuries and dyings and all that.
Which is good though, because as you know, the politics between the Gotham police and Batman's always like he's doing things without our permission. And this is what happens. He destroys shit.
Yeah.
So
Batman caused over $1 million in damages last week. Also one thing I liked too was like the funeral scene. I don't like the funeral, but like the way they laid it out.
Yeah.
Because they posted that like 2 weeks ago to promote the movie.
Too, yeah. It's better to watch in the context of the film, though.
Yeah, and then like that was adapted from a real life scenario in Netflix. There's a documentary of like a robbery, and they actually had somebody on the phone, and then like a hostage situation. That's a real life thing.
Shit.
So the whole Coulson thing, the DA, it was
intense.
It was intense,
Yeah.
and then like people broke it down where Bruce was the only one that didn't drop when the phone rang. Like, because Bruce was observing, he didn't drop. Like,
okay.
Yeah, so the little details there, and then how like you could see the silhouette of the Riddler. Mm-hmm. So I love that scene.
Yeah,
like, I think it's everything was shot really well,
extremely well, and that's when Robert Pattinson he's grown so much since the Twilight days because he can act without even really saying much.
Yep,
which is like, oh, damn, like you really grew up. Because I haven't watched The Lighthouse yet. I heard he was really good in that one too with Willem Dafoe.
Yeah,
but. You know, the fact that he's Bruce Wayne, it's just the fact that he doesn't act like a different person when he's Bruce Wayne. He still acts like Batman without the mask.
That's the whole point of like he can't really remove himself from being the Batman.
Yeah, exactly. But he's
so in it.
Every Bruce Wayne iteration you have to have three.
Try.
You have the Batman, you have Bruce Wayne in the public eye, and then Bruce Wayne the person. So the Bruce Wayne the person and the Batman, they still feel exactly the same.
Yeah,
there's barely any difference
because he's year 2, he's still in it.
Yeah,
he's like even when I do my own work like years ago, like I couldn't remove myself from my work, and I forgot what I actually love doing like, outside of work.
Yeah,
you know, so I could see that, and that's why Alfred's whole thing, like, you know, you could have a life outside of this, you know.
You can make an appearance.
You can
every
fuck
now and then.
bitches outside. You rich, bro.
Yeah, he's so hyper focused. Actually, that's another thing I wanted to ask you about. What did you think about the Wayne's family background in this film?
Yeah, I liked it. I like that they're not a clean cut family, and the whole, we're all aware of like mental health, and that sucks. You know, like for Martha, like the fact that like the grandmother's insanity, and then the mom having to deal with that. Like, it's genetics.
Yeah, you
have to be a insane person to dress up as like a fucking bat,
right?
You know, so, and then you have the whole Arkham stuff. We'll talk more about the Rogues Gallery later. So like, I like the twist. Yeah,
I did too. It was very unexpected. Because like you said, I thought it was going to be a clean cut Wayne's family like we always get. Like they never, besides maybe the Joker film that painted the Waynes a little bit differently. Yeah, it's good to know because it really fucked with Bruce Wayne later on too. It's like, oh damn, I don't know anything about my family.
Yeah, it's all sad. This shit. It's sad. Like even our own situation, if we find out something about our own parents, the sins of our fathers and mothers and things like that, like that will break you.
And they're broken.
Yeah, the thing I didn't like is just like literally one scene, Falcone is telling him like, oh yeah, your dad hired this guy, and then the next scene, Alfred's like, no, your dad didn't do it or anything. Like,
he was a good man.
It was literally back to back scenes, and I was just like, okay, the pacing is really weird here.
Yeah, it's weird,
and you could cut that 10 minutes there for me. So that's where the movie kind of lost me. But I like the whole, I want a Court of Owls story and then fighting Talon.
That's what I heard. That was in the next movie. I guess they're gonna explore that a little bit. Yeah, like Gotham Illuminati. That's really dope.
I like it. Yeah, everybody's on this whole Illuminati shit, especially during the 2010s. Yeah. So I like that idea of it.
So with the Riddler, once he finally did come back into the picture,
it took a while.
I feel like there's too many. He was in and out of the movie a lot, and then once he finally unmasked, I thought that was kind of gonna be almost the end of it. Yeah. But it felt like The Dark Knight again. It's like you get him in the cell, he's gonna do shit after the fact.
Bruce. So that's where you lost me. I was like,
I didn't need all the wailing and all that shit. No,
they're gonna forget me.
Yeah, I don't know why they chose to make him that way. We didn't need that. It feels more of the calm, collected, like I can outsmart you type Riddler.
Yeah,
I've been fine with that.
Yeah,
so.
It's like, okay, you got me.
Yeah.
Now what?
It's like ironically they made him too enigmatic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like when you were trying to be more grounded,
Yeah.
but you made him more of a character.
Yeah. Which is ironic when you see another character pops up later. It's like, oh, this feels like a different character that we do see later on. So
that's where it's like, okay, you could calm your shit now.
Yeah.
Like, and then he's like, "What'd you do?" Like, he's yelling at the wall. Like, okay, why does every Batman have to fucking yell at the thing in the interrogation room?
I really wish they give him what they did with the Ben Affleck one.
Yeah.
The deeper voice. That would be just better.
Yeah.
It's like, it's more believable that way.
Fuck up the voice, and then, like, man, people out there really can't tell that's Robert Pattinson's jaw.
Actually,
he has a pronounced jaw.
That's another thing I didn't like. I didn't like the mask.
Yeah.
I don't know how about you, but the way it's sculpted, it didn't feel like...
It kind of looks like dominatrix kind of shit.
Yeah, or it looks like a WB, CW type shit.
Like WWE.
Yeah. It's like, I thought you guys had a good budget. This looks like shit. It should look more like this, where it's more like... I don't know.
A little bit more high tech.
A little bit more. It's just a leather mask, which is fine too, but whatever.
Man, the outfit that Catwoman's wearing, hot.
Which one?
The beanie.
I was gonna say every outfit she wore is fucking hot.
Yeah, with the red wig.
She the first look, I was like, God damn, I forgot. Zoe's like,
it's pretty bad, man. Aquaman's ex stepdaughter.
I'll never forget, but this movie always like, she's so fucking beautiful. It's hard to get your eyes off her when she's on the screen.
And our girlfriends give us permission to say this because they would fucking do her too.
Yeah. Her motivations in this movie too. I liked it because it made her more personable. Because usually when you have Catwoman, it's really based on jewelry, and she would have like friends or whatever. But the fact that she was very motivated to find it, and even her detective skills was into play. Yeah. Like when she was in the nightclub. Mm-hmm. Like when she was just scurrying around, her acting was great to me. I was like, shit, yeah, you're pretty. Yeah, people would try to get at you all the time.
Yeah.
And she told fucking Bruce Wayne, like, dude,
if I look at him one more time.
If I look too long, they're going to come at me. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. So. And that's good acting because he's not in the same room as you. Yeah. You're going to have to like really pretend you got a guy in your ear.
Yeah. So. And to me, she did better as a Batman because she did have 3 distinct identities. Mm-hmm. She could be the one in the public eye where she's a sexy person. Then you have the real Selina Kyle, and then you have Catwoman. Yeah, she did it better than fucking Bruce Wayne did.
The one I didn't like though is like she kissed him like three times too many. Like
the main kiss on the rooftop.
That one was fucking forced as hell. I was like,
when Bruce Wayne was still talking, right?
Oh no, not that one. The fight one, and then she like in the end, and then she kissed him again. Like she kissed him a lot. I would have just wanted one kiss, or not just even a peck.
One kiss was fine. Yeah. You're right. She
kissed him in the middle. It's a long ass movie.
Yeah, in the very end, she kissed. Yeah, I didn't need that one either. Yeah, I guess that's fine.
Yeah, that's just my nitpicking there. I was like, God damn, like give me some sexual tension between them. With Selina Kyle, Miss Batty herself.
I like. Sorry, keep going off a tangent. I like the whole. Thriller aspect of it because with her friend,
with my Thriller shirt, man,
with her friend getting kidnapped, and you hear those voicemails. I'm like, damn, this is pretty fucking dark.
Some
I like
Euphoria shit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, this whole movie is dark. Riddler, all of Riddler's kills, like from the car scene where she just like
exploded.
The explosion scene. I was like, damn, he really fucking exploded his head off.
Saw shit. Some Saw 8.
And then you see that Batman can't fix everything. Yep. Which is good because if he's too perfect all the time, then fuck it. Yeah. Everyone will just rely.
You're in year 2, man. Give it another 3 years, and you can actually solve the riddles.
Exactly. He still solved pretty fast though.
Man, I was just hoping like please don't have any Riddler trophies around here. I know everyone that's played the trilogy has been annoyed with that shit.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned The Dark Knight because the third act definitely felt like Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
it's like
I got a specific moment.
Oh, go ahead.
No, we'll lead up to it.
Okay, all right. So anyway, the Riddler he's captured, but obviously there's still more riddles to be solved. Once Batman goes to his hideout or whatever.
Again, he went back
again. This thing kind of annoyed me too. When he was back at his mansion and he was trying to plot everything out, it's like, did you really need a life?
Did you really need to move the family table and then spray paint the floor?
You could have just written this down on paper.
Exactly and like, bro, like your other servant is here. She's gonna see. I like that thing too. She was like, "Oh, Mr. Wayne, it happened an hour ago."
Oh that misdirect was cool.
I like that.
Yeah, that was
it
cool.
was like
when Alfred got exploded.
This is not no like Two-Face thing. Like, where's Rachel? Like gets to her like second, or gets to him like seconds. It was like you're late.
You're late, an hour late.
Yeah, and then the seawall is already broke. I was like, okay, that's a cool twist because they kept showing the seawall throughout the film.
I actually didn't even pay attention to it until they did it. Yeah.
Yeah, when he was fucking up with Coulson, the guy. You pan out, you see the seawall there too.
Oh, I guess I didn't notice it.
And then the little details. This is the perfect movie for Easter eggs because it's riddles and like the Maroni newspaper.
I did
like,
see that. Yeah,
the seawall shit.
Yeah,
there's a seawall mention.
Okay.
Yeah, so it really represents like the whole thing is like represents of like baptizing and cleaning away the sins of Gotham and all the corruption. So washing away all the...
It's very on the nose there.
Yeah, all the shit that happened.
Yeah, I mean, that was the Riddler's... That was his whole thing anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just washing away the sins and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Which is good. Which is, again, very climactic at the end. I didn't think they were going to submerge Gotham into underwater.
It's like, damn, I'm not living here.
Yeah. But again, this is exactly the type
like a Nolan.
Like a Nolan film, because the whole Joker scene with the boats, about things exploding... Mm-hmm. It's good. It's different, but it's good to see that you have a villain that's not the Joker that can commit all of this like mayhem.
Yeah.
But it makes me wonder when Joker does come, what the fuck is he gonna do that could even touch this? Because he destroyed the entire city. What the fuck are you gonna do?
How are you gonna top this?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I took down the water. I'm gonna take down the electricity.
Yeah.
One thing with the whole Riddler shit. This is why it's comical to me, like when he took off his mask because he was singing Ave Maria.
It was long too.
Like it was good in the movie,
like
the theme of everything. But when he started singing it himself, this was bad. Like you ever remember Grown Ups, the movie Grown Ups with Rob Schneider?
Too enigmatic, bro.
And then, like, he was watching the explosions happen like through his window. What
like,
if your window was the other way?
I missed it.
It's like, oh, I hear it, but they placed me in the other side of the building. I didn't plan for that.
I actually think that would have been better if he just heard it and he was like, he got like a crack in the smile, like it's happening. Instead of just like looking at it like.
Oh, see, like what if like you
it's
have
so goofy,
another building in front of you, like you don't see
exactly.
shit. And was it Blackgate or Arkham?
Arkham.
Yeah. So, and then like the third act when he was fighting, it was cool when he was fighting all the Riddlers, whatever. But the one that got me is like he like again the Selina Kyle kisses him and all that, and then he fights this one Riddler. He injects himself with some sort of venom or
it's like a
5-hour energy boost.
Yeah. Adrenaline,
right? And so when he was hitting him, and then he was like, "Who are you?" And he was like, "Vengeance." I was like, okay. Does everyone call you Vengeance in this city? Do you just walk around? I'm Vengeance.
Well, it's weird because the Riddler knows who he is.
Yeah.
It's like it's the Batman, but no one else really refers to him as Batman.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Because like he was just telling people Vengeance.
Yeah.
I was like, I wondered why. Like Selina Kyle called him Vengeance. Hey, Vengeance. I was like, I could have sworn he just said that to the clown. There was no. Did he say that to every person he beats?
I guess he did.
I'm Vengeance.
Yeah.
And like that would have been a horrible movie title, the Vengeance.
But I was just like a bat.
Yeah.
So
go by Vengeance.
The third act was cool. Again, too long because what Matt Reeves, if he's gonna direct the next film, he needs to learn how to consolidate certain scenes because everything that was there was good. It's just that you drew it out too long. You know what I mean? Every single scene I could think of, even when they're when Batman and Jim Gordon were going to that little Arkham place, or was it Blackgate? The Wayne Mansion, the orphanage.
Yeah.
I didn't need all that.
I didn't need the drop heads.
Yeah, but that was kind of funny though. I was like, they don't have crackheads. Yeah,
I thought this was a zombie. I thought it was a zombie. Like, I gotcha.
Oh man.
Oh baby.
I forgot one Jim Gordon scene that actually got a response. Was when he was trying to get Batman out of the.
Hey man, go to the door.
I was actually laughing. I was like, okay.
The other funny one was like when he jumped from the building, and then he had the squirrel thing.
Oh yeah.
And then he hit the thing.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
Flying squirrel.
Yeah, flying squirrel. He didn't land properly.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that for some reason.
I was like, no, this is a serious moment, guys. Don't laugh. Like the Filipinos in front of me were laughing. I was like, no.
Especially when he landed and he was groaning in pain, like, oh shit,
My back. I'm back. Man, you're supposed to pull your punch on that one. Can't help but think that he's the watcher now.
Yeah, it makes me think though, like, why do you even have the cape if it's not able to glide or anything like that? It's just for show.
Yeah,
it's just weight pulling you down at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like, I think just to keep himself warm.
I guess
in the nighttime.
That armor really did well though. Like he got shot.
That's what I was saying. Like he was taking straight shots.
Yeah, like slug shots, like shotgun shells, rifles, and nothing hit him.
Yeah,
I was surprised. I'm wondering if his helmet is probably not this leather. So.
Yeah, but I wonder if it shoots his fucking jaw. Like it's out. He's out. If they ever like get him right in the face.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing too. Now I'm being really nitpicky, but during like the quiet scenes and Batman's there, you can hear the rubber like squeaking every single time he moves. I was like, is anyone else noticing this? Like, I'm sure you could have heard it in IMAX, but I was hearing it every time.
Like, I hear you, Batman. You're in the fucking corner.
That's what I'm saying. When you walk slow and you have these big ass boots, like you're not being as stealthy as you're supposed to be.
Fucking Timbs and shit. You have a lot of cats. I like strays.
I like. Oh, that was a good line too.
Yeah, and the whole, it was kind of eerie to think about like the whole people with the mass media and people can really do like terrorize shit.
It's a little bit Trumpish.
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I didn't want to think about it like that, but it was a little too parallel to us.
Yeah.
Right, what's going on?
Like the storming the Capitol kind of shit.
Exactly.
People have that mindset. That's why it's like it's hard sometimes with Batman films, like because there's so much controversy with it. Like you had the Heath Ledger death, you have the shootings in the movie theater, and then all the parallels.
I actually thought of it too with all the shooting. I was actually getting a little nervous in the theater because for some reason when they're shooting out in the what's her name, the new mayor, the black
Bella Real.
For some reason I could imagine like this scene going on and then an actual shooting happening during that.
Yeah, that's like what makes it kind of surreal.
Yeah, it's a little creepy.
Yeah. So with that thing and the whole water coming in and the one thing I didn't like is when he jumped on the thing to cut off the
too
thing.
Dramatic.
It looked too. That's where it felt comic-y.
Yeah,
like a Nolan thing.
So
and then he falls. I was like, oh damn, he took a dip. And then,
I thought when he fell, he was just gonna like stay in the water, but he just got right back up.
Yeah.
So when Selina was like looking down dramatically, I was like, oh, he's fine.
They got up there pretty fucking quick on the catwalk. That was like, okay, that's too convenient there.
A little bit.
And then I get what he was trying to do with the whole thing of Bruce or like Batman trying to help the people out there, but it was like a little corny. Like
it was annoying because there's plenty of space during that rubble.
Yeah.
They could have easily gotten out.
Yeah,
there's plenty of space. I don't know why they're like
the pacing of that part
Uh-huh.
was like there's no sense of urgency. No one was moving. They just let the kid go first.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, let's go now.
They didn't let the kid go first. He trusted Batman the most, so he was like, okay, I'm gonna go with you. And then everyone else followed after that. Yeah.
But I'm like, bro, nothing's in your way. You could easily move. Like you don't have to wait for the Batman.
Yeah, he just had the little spark light.
Everything's clear. Follow me.
It was very corny.
I get the symbolism because the diary was 6 days ago, so this whole event happened in like 7 days, 6 to 7 days.
Oh, is that what it was?
This day represents like the 7 days of like God fixing everything, and then the rest day. So that's the symbolism of like cleaning away the sins of Gotham and the whole politician shit. Like we're gonna make Gotham better, bitch. This is gonna be a trilogy. It's gonna take a while to get better.
I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah, so
the ending was very good because, again, it was very reminiscent of the Nolan trilogy. That when shit hits the fan, the rest of the criminals are gonna find opportunity to take advantage of all the rebuilding phase.
Power vacuum.
Exactly. So now that you took away most of the crime family, it's bringing about new people to take over the mantle of like crime, have their own shit, which is a good way to introduce the Court of the Owls, because now that there's no more mob bosses besides Penguin.
Yeah.
They can come in and just take over shit like they used to. So
Yeah.
it's a good setup for more films.
Yeah, and that's what I was worried about what this film would be, because with all the Snyder shit, like I don't want this huge universe. I just want a central focus of a
Gotham.
story.
Yeah.
I want a great trilogy. I just want to stay in Gotham, maybe visit Bloodhaven, but not too extensive universe.
Yeah, Bloodhaven's more. It's just like Gotham.
It's like Daily City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Gotham Light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why Nightwing takes over that city.
Yeah.
So because he's able to. But
it's like Alameda or Hayward.
Yeah.
To Oakland.
I forgot to mention. What did you think about the cameo for Joker?
Okay, so when he was next to the cell, I couldn't really make out who it was. Did you know who it was?
I didn't until I have to look it up afterwards.
Dude,
I thought it was going to be Jared Leto.
Nah.
But then, because the high pitched voice was like, okay, that sounds familiar, but I can't make out who it is. And then when I saw it was it was Druid.
Barry from Eternals. I was like,
yeah,
bruh, that's what I wanted. I didn't know it leaked months ago.
Yeah. But they're very discreet about it. They said he was in the film, but he was supposed to be like a cop or something like that.
There's a deleted scene.
Yeah, I heard that too. Like they're supposed to be in the film.
Yeah.
But that was a good job, because I didn't expect Joker to be in it.
Me too.
In any capacity.
I honestly didn't want to, but now it's him and he has the face of a Joker. I would want it. I would want a team up.
I think I couldn't see clearly in my theater, but how did his face look?
They said like he's scarred, so it's like a scarred version of Joker.
So it's like Ledger, a little bit.
Not like this, maybe more of the face, maybe
Okay.
more than just the mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's like Burns.
Burns?
Yeah, because Burns or Scars, people were saying like they thought it was Two-Face, but it's the Joker.
Because it looked like he had teeth like extending out, like fucking from Death Note. What's
Yeah,
his name?
yeah.
I forgot his name.
The thing.
The devil, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So I think with the whole Joker thing, I hope it's better, because like seeing him without his mask, he kind of loses his lore or like coolness, the Riddler. So you have somebody much more maniacal who could be the maniacal one, and the one that's more tactician.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
What annoys me about this now, even though I think what's his face will do a good job as Joker, the Jared Leto Joker in the original Suicide Squad would have fit perfectly in this world because of the mob mentality.
Yeah,
it's like, you guys wasted Jared Leto, dude. He would have been perfect for this one.
Yeah.
But now it's like you don't know what to do.
Studio's interfering. I don't want this Joker to be like too much. I just want him to round up the troops versus being like too much of a focus. I know he's this guy's rival.
Yeah.
But I think there's more room for other villains to come in. Like,
yeah, but you have to have a Joker.
I know.
That's the thing.
But introducing more like Rogues Gallery, like the Court of Owls, Talon's coming in.
Yeah.
I would like to see Mr. Freeze, because Matt Reeves was saying he wants Mr. Freeze. It's like a better, obviously a better version than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston would be a perfect one.
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, and since the city's submerged, like he could use the water. Yeah, as a thing. So
the thing about Mr. Freeze though, it's difficult because first of all, the character is like really unrealistic.
Yeah,
like you have to have a character has to be continuously cold. It's I'm not gonna believe that.
Yeah, for sure. In this universe.
Yeah, in this universe especially. So Court of Owls would be perfect because it's grounded.
As the overarching trilogy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see.
I would be fine with that.
I have a feeling it's gonna be Court of Owls and then Joker and then someone else.
Yeah.
I don't know who. Mr. Freeze would be a cool one, but I feel like it's
a little too far-fetched too.
Yeah, that's the problem with having a trilogy now. It's like you're forced to have like only a set of rogue gallery. You can't just have everyone join in at some point. Like I would love to see a Poison Ivy again.
That's what my girlfriend said, but Poison Ivy also to the effect Mr. Freeze. Like,
no, that's
really
the problem.
An entire room full of flowers.
Yeah. I like. We had Bane already, but Bane would be cool too to see again.
Bautista wanted to be Bane.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Acting wise, it would suck though.
Yeah, I mean, just put on the mask and just talk in the accent.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm Bane with his Filipino accent. Oh shit, Bane's fucking Filipino.
The Rock would have been a better Bane.
Yeah, I mean, with the Black Adam stuff already coming out, you can't.
Yeah,
so.
But it's good that they had the Riddler and Penguin because we don't have those besides the Tim Burton.
The very very campy ones.
Yeah.
Like,
so. Who else would you want to see? Are you familiar
who
with
else? I know Two-Face could be more in it. Maybe part of like the corruption, because Maroni's the one that fucked up his face in the comics.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
I would see Two-Face.
I think I would like to see Hush. But
Hush. That
that's
was already mentioned with the Elliot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remember?
Okay.
It said straight up Hush on the screen.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, but I do appreciate Matt Reeves taking a lot of comic book or graphic novel inspiration, because the Nolan ones took some liberty with. They didn't really focus on too many. Just the core values of Batman.
Yeah.
So
just like the Batman 101, that's what it was. So this one's more. It definitely took a lot more risks, which is good because we're tired of seeing the same shit every time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just hope whatever comes next that they fix some things. Pacing, number one. Pacing. Yeah. We don't need another 3-hour movie.
Man, I thought it was 2:45, man, and then I came in. I was like 2:55. I started having to pee. I was like, bro, I gotta. Please don't let there be a post-credit scene. There is a post-credit like URL. I thought that was clever because like the Spanish.
There's a post-credit scene.
Yeah, there's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I left too. I looked at it. So the whole remember they captured the penguin and the penguin's like it's la ratata or whatever.
Oh, ratata.
Yeah. So Jim Gordon and Batman got it wrong, and then Colin Farrell was like fucking with them, like how could you guys get this fucking wrong?
No español.
No, sorry. It was like a URL. Oh, and the other funny Riddler thing was the drive, and then like
the thumb drive.
The thumb drive. That was pretty funny. Thought I was pretty clever.
They had like dark humor, which is good.
Yeah.
That's how. That's good.
It's like, this guy's sick.
Wait, so what was the post-credit scene?
So post-credit scene is a huge question mark, and then it's the link to the URL.
Okay.
And then there's like riddles to it, and then if you type it in, you get to see the clips of like the Thomas Wayne.
You mean in real life?
In real life, you can do it. Yeah,
okay,
it's interactive.
Okay.
Interactive
Oh,
or
that's
engagement.
cool.
Yeah, you can just look it up and then just fuck around with all the riddles.
That's pretty dope.
Riddle me this, Batman. What is blind and sees at night? A bat. I still think that's just pretty fucking funny. The Jim Carrey one.
It's nostalgic for us. Yeah. I just that green leotard with the question marks on it. That's like not cool. Especially Tommy Lee Jones's Two-Face was terrible.
Oh my god! Like Tommy Lee Jones, who's super serious. And this is a huge tangent. And then Jim Carrey. Oh man, they were gonna clash. Yeah, for sure.
And they did apparently. Yep. Apparently he hates Jim Carrey, but he hated it.
Never working with you again.
Yeah, exactly. We're not work buddies anymore.
So with this movie, I think we'd be juiced for the sequels.
I'm juiced for the sequel. Again though, fix Bruce Wayne a little bit. Like flesh him out a little bit as a character, not just like as the Batman. You know, because there's a lot of Batman, which is more than I thought we were gonna get.
It's just like, the Batman.
It's like I shouldn't be surprised, but I was so surprised with the amount of Batman that was in it. Fix the pacing. Whoever the rogue or whoever the villain of the next one is gonna be, I trust Matt Reeves if he's still gonna do it because he already built the world. You just have to add more to it, so it'll be fine.
I want it to stick with one director,
the whole trilogy,
the whole way. Because like when you put too many directors,
you get Star Wars.
Yeah, you lose whatever thing you were trying to put.
The vision,
and the overarching messages that goes with it. So
I agree.
Yes, more Bruce Wayne. Props to Robert Pattinson. Ironically, I would want to see more of him as Robert Pattinson acting as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Under the cowl.
Let's slick that hair back too, dude. Because I'm tired of that little long hair.
And maybe date somebody, maybe date Bella Real, get some of that Jungle Fever, who I think is Talia al Ghul. So we'll see.
Yeah. Overall, what's your score for it if you have to give it a score?
So when I watched it, I was like, man, it's an 8.5. But after looking at it again, I put it as a 9. I really enjoyed it.
I'll give it a 7. 7.5, only because I don't think I would want to watch it again because it's so fucking long. Like I wish they would. You know how they make director's cuts? I want them to cut to cut it to like a slimmer version.
It's like, you thought this was my final form? I have a 5-hour version.
I feel like what happened with Justice League, I think that's the reason why they let it be 3 hours, because they saw how bad a movie could be if you don't let the director have its original vision. But sometimes too long is too long, dude.
Less is more.
Less is more.
But
exactly.
But for me, as a not as much influenced by or not as much knowledgeable about the graphic novels, this makes me want to read all of it.
Yeah.
So I think we rounded up to an 8.5, which I thought it was.
Sure.
Which
that's
is
fine.
Combined. So
even with that score I gave it, I think this is like still probably second or third best Batman movie of all time.
To the Dark Knight.
Yeah, to the Dark Knight, and maybe
It's definitely a better entry than Batman Begins, in my opinion.
Better?
Yeah.
It did a lot of things better. Okay, sure. Okay.
I would say that.
Okay,
I would
sure.
say that because like Batman Begins, I watched it,
Uh-huh.
but I never felt like I would be excited to see the sequels or whatever. Like that.
It's because of Nolan's style.
Yeah, not
so.
yet. I wasn't a fan of that
Yeah.
yet. But it's still a staple in terms of the whole genre.
Yeah, as far as origin Batman, this is the best one for sure. Yeah, it beats Tim Burton's. It beats Nolan's.
It's like Spider-Man, Homecoming. Like we already get it. Like
yeah, exactly.
the death of whatever. Like we just went straight into the story. Everybody knows who Batman is.
Yeah,
see the ruggedness of it.
That's a good comparison.
And Zoe Kravitz is pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, I think I want her to come back, but if she doesn't, if we just get that extra show, that's fine too.
Yeah. Baby
She'll
girl.
come back at some point. She has to.
She's like gonna kiss him again.
Yeah.
Miss me.
Yeah, maybe she'll actually have a legit mask this time.
Yeah.
With a whip, because she didn't have a whip.
Tame me.
You need that iconic whip next time.
But yeah, that's the Batman, or AKA Vengeance, that everyone knows him as.
Yeah.
So juice for what's next. What else were we reviewing this year, Matt?
We're gonna do Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
Yeah, we didn't get to do Peacemaker because the timing's bad, and it's way past the hype already. So But if I had to give it a score, I would just do it anyway. I'll give it an 8.
For which one?
Peacemaker.
You're gonna throw that in there? A mini review by Matt. But yeah, so DC's doing good this year.
They're doing great.
Yeah,
I never thought
coming in, throwing some punches finally instead of getting punched back. So that's the Batman. We got more coming. We got Moon Knight in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. That's this month. Huh?
Their version of Batman. So we'll see how things play out. But I appreciate everybody listening in, and let us know your favorite parts of the movie. If you liked it, what's your ratings?
Make sure you guys follow the Top Back Podcast on all social media platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast streaming.
Wherever
you're from,
your URLs.
Yeah, or URLs. And if you enjoy this content, please make sure you like and subscribe to all of those we just mentioned before. Yeah. And we'll definitely have more in the future, so stay tuned.
So that wraps up the Batman review. Yep. So from the top of the cowl
to the back of the cape.
We are
the Top Back Podcast.
Peace.